And hello everyone. I will begin by saying, please watch the last video if you haven't, because you will need some of the uh, important notes of how to install labview inside a Docker container, an OpenSUSE Docker container. So if you have not, please go check it out so that you know how to do it. This is a follow-up video where I will try to install labview 2018 control design simulation module. Okay, so I do have another video on this as well, but I won't be going through that video. I'll be so-called starting it from scratch. Now, remember last time I actually had control design simulation ISO being shifted in here, so you'll need that ISO from LabView. So I'm going to exit because I think I forgot to run it with, we'll need to run the container. Docker run it-net equals host, environment equals to display, and what's the last bit? Privilege. Privileged, and then I'll do OpenSUSE leap. I'll type in my password, sudo password, and I'll be here. If you do neo fetch, it will be OpenSUSE leap, where you have this nice chameleon. I always wonder how they do these nice bits of artwork, but that's besides the point. Remember this OS is OpenSUSE leap 15.2. The kernel is Manjaro. So this is typical of running things in Docker containers. So before that, let's start by mounting. Okay, so we can start by mounting. So the command here to run, and all of a sudden my terminals are freezing for some weird reason. Hello. Oh dear. This was not intended. Doesn't look good on the resume. Come on. Hello. Okay. Let me restart this and we'll see what happens. Yeah. This terminal doesn't seem to respond. I'll be back. Now let's try doing this proper. Okay, I'm going to use the same command, sudo docker run -it-net equals host environment equals is displayed. We're going to run privileged. Okay, I'll run it with sudo. Let's go to home and we'll do neo fetch again just to make sure everything's prim and proper. Again, we have our nice welcoming chameleon. Let's mount it proper. Mount O with the option loop CD&Sim into mount. Okay, so things should be going well. The Linux files are here. We can just go and do the install script. Okay, so this is National Instruments LabView 2018 Control Design Simulation Module, blah blah blah. Let's just go through. Okay, so they say that a lot of these install tools are not present in the mount path. Okay, so things like zcat, tar, blah blah blah. Okay, so a lot of install tools are not found in the current path. So maybe we can try sh install, see what happens. Okay, still the same thing. Okay, never mind. Okay, so things aren't exactly going as smooth here. Okay, because it says that all these things are not found in the current path. Okay, so for example, if I do cat install, okay, cat install seems to be working. Okay, so we'll probably have to take a look at the scripts in here, and okay, because it said that something is not found inside the current path. Okay, the install tools are not found in the current path for some reason. I don't know why. So we'll have to take a look at the install and take a look at what path they're talking about. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at the path. If there is some path variable here they are referencing, there should be a path. Okay, we use Vim. Let's do things the Vim way. Okay, path. Okay, I'm going to / and you just type path. This should be fine. And you type N and B to go forwards and backwards. Okay, enter install path. Okay, not found in current path. E not found. Okay, that's one. So this is the error message. Let's scroll up. Okay, labview exe. Okay, RPM. Oh, yes. Look at this. This is the path variable. Path equals bin, user blah blah blah, sbin, user local bin. Okay, so it looks like this is the part that says it's setting the path. But if we do echo path, we'll see user local sbin, user local bin, user sbin, user bin, whatever. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to try making a copy of this Linux folder, and I'm going to move it outside the mount point so that we can write, read, or do whatever. So ls-ll, because I will need to chmod things here. I will need to chmod install in order to change some of the scripts. Okay, chmod 755 install. Okay, ls-ll. So I should be able to have some write permissions. Okay, so one thing here is that they have some custom path variable which I don't want. Maybe that's why I could not find my usual files. Let me comment this out and let's do install again. Yes. Okay, so it doesn't really make sense. Okay, maybe the next step is to check, you know, since we have cat install, we can actually use the cat thing. Okay, the cat command must be found somewhere. Then we need to tell the script, you know, where is our cat, because it says it's not found in current path for some reason. Okay, so let's actually find which cat. Okay, and they say which is not found. Great. And then we'll do zipper install which. Okay, new package to install. Which cat. Okay, user bin cat. Okay, which awk. User bin awk. Okay, so the path that we need is in user bin. So let's take a look at install. Let's see whether we can change the path to that point. path path. Apparently user bin is over there as well for some reason. Okay, so let's see whether changing this will do anything. It should be in user bin. I'm gonna do this. Okay, so that's Y. Okay. Save and quit, and alright. Now let's solve the problem. It says now run level is not found in current path. Which run level? Okay, so you need to have it in the sbin. So let's add it to our path. With the colon sbin. Okay, so that seems to work. Yes. All right. So now it seems to work. Okay, so you need to specify the path thingies, and then you'll have some long user license agreement thing. Okay, so let me just take a breather for a bit. Okay, so let's go through this long user license agreement. I'm just gonna press enter till the thing reaches the end. Lots of appendices for some reason. And I can't press page up or page down. If you guys know how to scroll through extremely long user license agreements like these, do let me know in the comments. I would like to be enlightened, because this is somewhat annoying at times. Okay. Right, so let's keep going, and okay. I will acknowledge the user license agreement. It will say labview 2018 64-bit is not detected. Do you want to manually specify a location for the labview 2018 64-bit supported files? I will just say yeah. And the place where they will install it is by default in user local. You can just I will just use the default. Okay, and then I will just install it. So now it's installing everything. Okay. It says a reboot is required. I don't want to reboot because that's pretty redundant. Okay, so you see the labview parts already installed. Okay, so where did we install labview? Okay, so if you want to yeah, of course, if you run labview 64 now, we will not be able to see any CD&Sim files actually popping up because it's not installed into this directory. So if you take a look at our test VI, we'll go to we Control E to go to block diagram. You will not be able to see anything under control and simulation because nothing's installed there yet. We have to install it into the labview 2020 directory, whereas where we actually, let's go to the root. Yeah, if we just type CD, you will be able to go straight to National Instruments. Okay, that's where our labview data is, but that's not what we want. We need to go to user local, and under user local, this is where your labview files are. Okay, National Instrument. You will see one part saying labview 2018 64, labview 2020 64. Okay, so if you take you take a look at the files in labview 2018 64, you'll see that there are code gen, examples, manual, blah blah blah. VI library is also here. Okay, so if we ls the labview 2020 64, you'll see a lot of these files are very similar to what we have here. For example, we have a project file, we have manuals file, we have examples file here, templates, readme, menus. We also have the help, and then we also have the etc files. Okay, basically all of these files in their respective folders will need to be installed here. Okay, so what we can do is to just run the whole installer again and tell them, hey, I want to install it in this labview 2020 64 file. Okay, so let's try doing that and see whether it works, and then we will restart the container. We'll go to the Linux because now we have a custom install where we have to specify a very specific path here, user bin and sbin, just to get it to run. And then we have to scroll through that really long user license agreement again. Okay. Say blah 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, just skip this part. Yeah, and actually, I actually like to sudo docker run it OpenSUSE leap. Okay. Now I want a different terminal so that I can find where my file paths are. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. All right. So let's go to home. Oh, not in home. I want to go to user local. And go to national instruments, and I want, yeah, over here this container, I have not committed my docker container changes yet, but that's besides the point. This is the file path I want to use, which I will just copy and paste it up. So remember, we want to install it in this specific folder, user local national instruments, labview 2020-64. Of course, we can adjust the install script to install what we want, but let's see whether using some of these default installers is going to help us at all. Okay. And once we are done with this, yes, let's accept the agreement. Yes, I want to specify a place. Okay, let's do user local. I'm going to copy this whole thing over. I hope it works. Okay, it's not going to. Yay. All right. Looks like a manual copy will be needed, unfortunately. Okay, so let's just manually copy all these files over. That's the other solution, because we could not force an install there. Maybe let's take a look at the install script and make it do what it needs. All right. I'm going to, one way is actually to just copy and paste, brute force copy and paste all those files over manually. What I mean is that under user local, national instruments, I can just brute force copy and paste all the files from labview here over here. And I don't exactly want to do that. I mean, in my other video, I did that and it did work, but yeah, I'd rather do it a little bit more cleanly. Let's go to home, labview. Let's go to Linux. And this is where we copied our install script. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'll do a little bit of a hack here. Instead of having a major version 18 and labview year being 18, I'm going to change this both to 20. So to trick the installer to install it into the labview 2020 file. Okay, so let's do the install script again. So it will say labview 2020. Okay, this is a very cheaper way of doing things. Okay. Okay. So I will need to. It looks like this labview 2020 CD&Sim is the file I need. I will need to copy labview support, all of this. I'll need to change this 2018 into 2020 to trick the installer to think it's the 2020 file. Okay, now let's do the install script again. Yes. Okay, oh, right, it's 20.0. Sorry, yeah, I should change this to 20.0. Okay, so much for that. LV support 2020 CD&Sim 18. I'll remove that and let's do the install. So remember, we just changed it to labview 2020 version 20. Okay, basically, it's whatever this major version thing. This is This is the file that we are looking for. Okay, this is the major version. This is the year. Okay, so I just changed both to 20 because I thought both of them are just because I want to change both to 2020, but you know, I can't mess things up. But and long story short, I want to change this to 20, I want to change this to 20, depending on how I change the install files here, the major version and the labview here. Let's try again. Okay, run the install script this time. Yes. Okay, so it will unpack the install files, and then we'll go through this long user license agreement again. Okay, so again, skip this video if you're feeling bored. Yeah, so you just go through this. Hopefully things will pan out nicely and we'll be able to use labview after a docker commit, docker install, blah, blah, blah. And maybe I'll just exit this shell. Yeah. I don't need this shell anymore, or this docker container. And let's do a docker system prune as well, because yeah, any containers not running, I will want to clear it out. Okay, there's not a lot of containers, but let's continue. Appendix E. Yes, I accept license agreement. Yes, install the files. Yes, install. Okay. Now it says installer is aborted. Okay, installing labview blah blah blah. One of the RPMs failed. Oh, okay. Okay. No such file or directory. Okay. Let's go to temp. This is where a lot of the labview stuff is. Okay, looks like that didn't work. Let me just do a brute force copy and paste. I hope that may work. Alright, so the clean version, I will not do it this time round. I will do the brute force copy and paste version, which is what I did the last time, and that worked. Okay, user bin, oh sorry, should go to user local and national instruments, copy labview 2018-64 into labview star into labview 2020-64. Okay, I forgot the AR. And let's do labview 64. Let's see whether this works. Let's try this VI. And let's take a look at the control design. And look, the simulation stuff is there. I'll just put a step signal here. Oh, I can't put it here because I need a proper control design simulation loop. Yeah, okay. Maybe the simple solution is the best solution, huh? Okay. Fatal signal. Address not mapped to object. Okay, maybe let's restart. Sudo docker ps-a. Yeah, because anyway, the labview guy said, the labview installer said we need a restart. So let's just do a restart. Do a docker cleanup first. And then let's go to sudo docker run it net equals host. No privileges this time because I'm not going to mount anything. environment display OpenSUSE lib. Okay, let's do labview 64. Running as root. Okay, let's do a control design simulation loop. See whether this works. Oh dear. Okay. LabView caught fatal signal. Reason address not mapped to object. Segmentation fault. Call dumped. Okay, I guess we'll stop for now. We partially installed. We have some bugs to fix. I will probably address these next time. Okay, see you.